Yo, what is up everybody? How you all doing? I'm gonna wait till a little bit of people come in here and then we will get started with the stream. I like the sound of that. I'm just checking up on everything now. Alright, sweet. We got everything rocking and cool stuff. I'll be looking at comments as we go along. I can look to my right here and I'll see everything, so don't, feel free to hit a comment. I'll highly appreciate that. Of course, I'm just checking in on a couple of things first before we get started because I want to inform a lot of people. Alright, sweet stuff. Hopefully some other people join in on the stream. I'll highly appreciate other people popping in on here. If you are somebody that is watching right now, feel free to share it out. Feel free to tell some people if they're really interested in retro games. I highly appreciate that. We're going to look at a lot of my retro games today. Of course, we're going to look at my pretty rare games that nobody really can come across and nobody really has. So that's going to be really interesting. As a whole. So of course I'm pretty excited to show off these games. I believe I showed them off on Instagram, other social medias basically. So I'll be showing them off on stream today just because I never really looked at them. I was going to actually make a video on them, but I just want to make a whole stream dedicated to retro games as a whole, and of course how I got started and all that stuff. I might actually just do my own documentary, like how I got really into retro collecting and all that stuff. So I know a lot of people have been getting into retro collecting as well as of lately, because a lot of people know that these games are becoming rare, and of course a lot of these games are really fun to play, of course there's emulators and all that stuff, but there's just something different about playing the real authentic thing. And of course as well, there's a lot of problems with emulators as well. It's just not really, it's a lot better playing on the console just because you know it's going to work, it's going to be fine, and it's going to be great, and you're going to get that nostalgic feeling, which is the reason why collecting retro games is so popular. And of course they're very fun to collect and just put up on your shelf and all that stuff. It's just really cool, and a lot of it's so rare that nobody can really come across, and it's just something that's so amazing to experience, especially someone that's younger such as myself. I never got to experience the Nintendo 64 and beforehand. I mostly grown up with the, starting off, my very first console I started off with the Sega Dreamcast, which is a very, weird console to start off with, which is what a lot of people say. I started from the Sega Dreamcast, moved on to the Game Boy and then the GameCube, and basically I went off to play other consoles from that point on. So collecting all these old retro games and using emulators and all that stuff is, pretty entertaining in my opinion, and also playing the games are very fun to do. I hope you guys do like the gameplay on the side right there, right over there, right there. It's just, I'm just playing a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you'll be seeing some Tetris, and you'll be seeing another game as well in there. I forgot what it is. We'll definitely see as the stream goes on. It's a mysterious game, nobody will know. It's a game that a lot of people know of, but it's pretty fun. I really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original. Some people don't really like it, some people, I don't know. There's some things about the game that not many people like. There's a guy named AVGN, or as his channel is Cinemassacre. In his video for AVGN, he really critiques the game and doesn't like it that much, and there is a lot of bad things to say about the game, but as well at the same time, I really enjoyed it. I don't know, I think I enjoyed it a lot because the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that I ever played was on the Game Boy, and they were more of just side-scrollers than just beat-em-up games. So playing this game kind of brought that feeling back to me when I played on my Game Boy Advance. So that's something that I find pretty cool. The console that I actually just started playing more as of lately that I never got to play as a kid and even as a teenager to a young adult, I never got to play the original Game Boy, so I've finally been playing the original Game Boy games a lot. I don't have the original Game Boy, but I do have the Game Boy after that, which I believe is called the Mini or something like that. It's more of a slimmed down version that takes like two AAA batteries. So it's really cool other than that. Of course, like I said, everybody would share this video out or live stream, depending on where you are. And thank you, Luke Tech, for joining in the stream. I appreciate that, man. you are still in here, feel free to comment on something. I would highly appreciate that. A loot, always appreciate it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it seems like it might be a little bit till some people pop in. Maybe somebody will. Maybe somebody won't. We'll have to see on how that goes. I was hoping to see a little bit some people coming here because I know a lot of people like retro gaming and all that stuff. The stream is going around 3,200 to 4,000 kilobytes per second, and it seems as if that the CPU and everything's running pretty well. We dropped around 4.4% of frames, but that's no problem whatsoever. That'll be no problem at all. And of course the stream is running pretty smoothly on the most part. The only thing that I wish was smooth was this camera right here. As you can see my hand, like, you know what I mean, you can see it kind of phasing out right here, which kind of stinks. So, you know, it's like, I think it's around like 20 to 30 FPS that you see my webcam going at. It kind of sucks. I kind of wish that I was running at 60 FPS at all times on the camera. But that's no biggie. It's always something that can be fixed in the long run. I'm just happy that it's widescreen. So, that's pretty good stuff. But before, we're going to do the retro, well, we're going to be doing the rare games I got. We're going to be doing them a little bit later. The first thing that we're going to be looking at is just, you know what I mean, some of my retro consoles that I have. And of course, I'm going to walk over and carry them over here and just show off them and everything like that. So, pretty fun stuff out of all. I can't wait to see how you guys see the room when it's fully finished. We're just putting in some lights right now. And after we get some lights up, it's going to look freaking pristine. It's going to look freaking amazing. Oh, there you go. Now you can see. Amazing. So I'm pretty happy about that as a whole. And I'm going to go pick up one of my... we're actually going to go check out my portable collection right now, so let me actually get to that. Alright, so we're going to just pick up all my... We almost got them all. Almost. We have a big stack of retro games, so. Dang, see my Game Boy Advance games smell. It's pretty sad. Let me go pick those up. Oh, all my Game Boy Advance games fell over. Oh, that's pretty sad, yo. I don't know how they all fell over. That's pretty weird. It's because these things split over. Almost got all my games situated up here. Alright, sweet. Now I'm just gonna grab my handhelds real quick so you guys can see those, and we should be good. Alright, sweet. We got all my portable consoles here. I just had to get them. What's up, Allo Lindsay? How you doing, bro? Hope your birthday was pretty awesome. Because I know that you and John both had your birthdays just yesterday, so hopefully they were pretty freaking cool. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys now my portable consoles right here. I do have a couple other ones, but they're not as nostalgic as all these portable consoles that you guys know, so I'm going to go out with my oldest thing to the newest device basically that I have here. So of course the first thing we have is of course another Game Boy Advance game fell. But this is the Game Boy right here. This just plays the original Game Boy games. I keep on forgetting what it is, but if you want to look up the model number, it's MGB-001. I forgot what the name is for it. I keep on forgetting, but it's basically more of an updated version of the Game Boy. I just call it the Game Boy Slim. That's what I mostly call it. But we're going to get on to the next one here, which is the Game Boy Color. I used to have the lime green Game Boy Color, but I then gave it away to a friend that wanted to get into retro collecting. He was a big handheld collector, so I really wanted to help him out by starting off and getting him the Game Boy Color, the lime green one. I did like the lime green one better than the one I have right here, which is the transparent one. The transparent one is pretty cool out of all of it, you know what I mean? I find it, I don't know. Like, I always find the transparent one's pretty cool, but I like the lime green one just because I believe that is the first color that came out for the Game Boy Color. Let's see here. Everybody around me used to have the clear version. Yeah, like, I don't know, I find the clear version, you know what I mean? It's just the one that they put out the most, which is pretty weird. I do like how you can see like the whole board and everything inside. I find that so awesome, but I don't know, I kind of do regret getting rid of my lime green Game Boy Color, but you know, I still have a Game Boy Color, so you know, it's close enough. My other friend too has the purple one. I have to try to see if I can ever try to get that off and show that off. Alright, so the next things that we are going to show here is the Game Boy Advances, and I got 3 of them. So I'm going to show off the first, see right here, because they're the same thing. So we got 2 of the original Game Boy Advances. These aren't the SPs, but I really like these better than the Game Boy Advance SP because you have a better, you know what I mean, you're able to put your hands on it pretty well, and you're able to put your fingers on the controls pretty quickly and easily and everything. I found it a lot better, which is why I'm probably going to try to get an LCD mod whenever I can. The thing that kind of stinks about these Game Boys too is that they, I don't know, it just seems like parts break on them over time, because that's what happened to a lot of my, the thing that probably is the worst thing about the Game Boy Advance, the original, is just because the only thing that really does break off is the back all the time. For some reason, the back always breaks off. It's so weird. Like, it breaks off so easily, and it's kind of annoying how it does that, so, you know what I mean? You just have to get yourself a new one all the time and everything. It was just a pain in the neck. And then, of course, I have the clear one right here, clear Game Boy Advance, pretty cool stuff. And of course, the back's off of this one as well. The backs just break off so easily, and it's so annoying how it does that, but it's no biggie whatsoever. I believe, like, I always look through prices on, like, how much these Game Boys are. I believe the original Game Boy right here, I think this one was around, like, 35 to 40. Game Boy Color was around the same price as well, and then the Game Boy Advance was for, like, 30 for each one, so, like, around 90 for all of them. PBA should have a charging port. Yeah, I know, like, where's the charging ports, you know what I mean? The only way that you actually can charge these somewhat in a way is just getting rechargeable batteries. But even then, you know what I mean? You can't just plug in, you know, like a micro USB or anything like that. I know that the Game Boy, the original Game Boy here, I don't think it's on this one. Nah, it's not on this one, but on the actual original Game Boy, the original Game Boy was able to have DC power, in which you can use other external battery sources, or if you really wanted to, which was pretty freaking cool. I like that little laughing emoji that you had there, Avalanche. Pretty funny stuff out of all. So the next thing that we are going to look at is the original DS right here. This DS doesn't work anymore. The DS kind of just broke because the little hinge is broken. Right here, I don't know if you can see that. The little hinge is broken, sadly, which I really hate because I really love playing on this Game Boy. I still prefer playing on this Game Boy than the newer ones and everything, just because, I don't know, I really like the bulkiness of it. I don't know if you kind of understand what I mean by that. It's just like, it felt very bulky, but it was, you know what I mean, just right in my opinion. Because like the edges and everything were pretty smooth on this device compared to other DSs, like the DS Lite right here, which is the one I got right here not too long ago, and the 3DS, which I got around when it first came out, actually, I think like 2013, 2014, around there I got it. You know what I mean, those newer DSs are pretty, you know what I mean, they're just, I don't know, I just didn't like the curvature on them, it just didn't feel well in my hands. But playing on this is pretty nice because all the edges on this DS are pretty smooth on the most part because it's kind of bulky, which makes sense. The one thing that I find funny is just how it looks when it's like this. It looks like it's all sandwiched in. I find that so funny. But one thing I really do like about the DS, one thing that I'm so happy that they did, and of course what they did on the GameCube and the Wii for compatibility, you know, extra compatibility, like on the GameCube, you're able to play Game Boy Advance games, and then on the Wii, you're able to play GameCube games. I really like how Nintendo does that. That's probably one thing I really favor from. Nintendo consoles always have a breaking point. Yep, in all honesty, they literally have breaking points. that's just what it seems like. A lot of their devices, like, I don't know why, but I feel like there's always that one technical fatal flaw for every product from Nintendo. Because, like I said, on the Game Boy Advance, the original back spring, you know what I mean, the back plate or whatever. Surprisingly, this one doesn't have a problem. But sometimes I know on a lot of other Game Boys, the little LCD screen, not LCD, what am I saying? I meant the little static screen or whatever. I forgot like the name for it, but I'm just gonna say static. But the little static screen or whatever, the green and black, it just sometimes it really, you know what I mean, blends in. Like the black goes in a little bit too much. You can try using this little dial on the side right here to change that. It basically just turns up and turns down the contrast. Sometimes the contrast is pretty messed up in that part. Magic of backwards compatibility. That's the best thing of Nintendo. They always bring in the good old compatibility thing, just so we can play all of our favorite games that we liked in the past. So basically, that's the DS right there. I really like the shape of it. It feels very well in my hands. But of course, after that is the DS Lite right here. And of course, the DS Lite. I really like just the flashy white, snowy white color. Just because I don't know, it's just the color is like really cool to look at. Because I don't know, I think it's just because like since it's white, it's just so clean. Because if you look at these other devices, like let's say for example green, like and even the clear one, like I don't know, it just feels like the color kind of wears over time. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but it just seems like they get a little bit dull, if you know what I mean. But for some reason on the DS Lite right here, because he's been out for a while, and for some reason the snowy white one, just for some reason, you know what I mean, the color just stays the same. Like the color doesn't really dull down or anything. It doesn't turn yellow like the Super Nintendo. Because on the Super Nintendo, it got like a little bit of a bluish yellow color over time. Not really too sure why. I think it was just because of like what it was made out of. The material, I think it just like had a flaw with, you know what I mean, changing color as time went on. But I really like this DS Lite. It just like the color, you know what I mean, doesn't wear off or anything, but the color is still very vibrant and, you know what I mean, that you would like to stare at. Now if it was just like a plastic white kind of color, if you know what I mean, it just, I don't know, it's just not as amusing. But this is more like a glossy white finish, which is one thing that a lot of people like. So they make limited edition 3DSs. I actually do believe they do make limited editions for the DSs. Let me actually check real quick for you on that, because I do know that something similar to that is what they do. Let me type up limited edition DS. They do, I think 3DSs they make limited editions of. I don't think they make limited editions for the older devices. Oh, okay, no, they do. They have a couple limited editions. One of them is a Mario one, and another one's a Metroid. And another one is a Legend of Zelda. Those are the only ones I can see for the DS Lite that are that way. But there's not really too many other than that. I actually just got another one right here that's a limited edition. It's called Rila Kuma? Rila Kuma? I think that's how you say it. That's another one, and then a Dragon Ball Z. Other than that, that's kind of all the limited editions that they have for the DS Lite. For 3DSs, they definitely got limited editions, bro. And they look amazing. You probably already, you might know that, but a lot of people don't know that they make limited editions for the regular DS and the DS Lite. I don't think they have any for the regular DS, but for the DS Lite most definitely, and for the 3DS, of course. So actually, just speaking about that, here's the 3DS right here. Most people have the newer ones, which are a little bit, they kind of go back a little bit with the designs. They make them a little bit bigger, a little bit more bulky, similar to the regular DS right here. And it feels really good in your hands. That's what I really like about the newer DSs, 3DSs, because they feel really nice in the hand, and it feels like you really can have a nice grip on there and wouldn't have a problem with the controls at all. So that's what's really awesome. So other than that, the 3DS I really like it a lot. Of course, on newer games with the older 3DSs, they're gonna lag up a little bit and they're not gonna really play as well. I would highly recommend getting the newer 3DSs. The only thing that I really get about these is just the easy, I don't know, like I was gonna say easy portability, but the newer 3DSs I can slip in your pocket easily. With these, like I kind of like the color. That's one thing I can mention that I really like about it. The color is really awesome, such as the blue right here. I think there's a pink and a red, and I think there might be a black as well. Oh yeah, there is. So there's also a black. I don't think they have any other colors other than that. But the only good thing that we can say about this DS compared, all these DSs compared to the Game Boy is that they can recharge. That's what's so amazing about DSs. They can recharge. Will they make 4DS in the future? They're probably going to experiment something with that. Well, so far with the Nintendo Switch, it's kind of like a next generation DS and a new console at the same time. It's like a hybrid, which is what they were going for. That's why it's called the Nintendo Switch in a way. Just because it's a hybrid between portability and playing on the couch. So it's basically a console and it's a handheld at the same time. So what they're going to probably do is make a new Switch. You know what I mean? Instead of just making a whole brand new handheld, a new console. So I would just see, you would probably just see newer models of the Switch, maybe like 4DS Switch or something. I have no idea. Something similar to that, but they are going to be going a little bit all out with, because so far everybody loves the Switch on how it's portable and you can play it at home. Many YouTubers talked about it, like Review Tech USA. He had a 30-minute video talking about why he loved it so much. And I think they're just going to continue on with this Switch and just upgrade it as time goes on. It looks like they make them counting down like 3DS, 2DS. Yeah, it's so funny because it was at 3DS and then it went down and they made a 2DS. The 2DS, I don't know, the controls were very, that's when they went back to bulky basically when they made the 2DS. But I'm not too sure about the 2DS right here, but I think that, let me actually check out, oh, never mind. Yeah, because on the 2DS, I know a lot of people complained about 3D, the 3DS with the 3D and all, but they fixed that with the later models and all that and such. But I don't know really why they went off to make the 2DS. There wasn't really too much point in making that. I don't know. I never really been a big fan of when it came to 3DS and all those other DS handhelds from there. I kind of just like the original DS, the DS Lite, and maybe the first titles that came out with 3DS. But other than that, I don't really like too many games for the DS. Other than that, there is a few great games that you can choose from. But, I mean, it's nothing really too much other than that. But Smash Bros is really fun. I like that. I have to play that sometime. Now, going a little bit back before the 3DS, we're actually going to go to the PlayStation. PSP. What was I saying? I say PlayStation. I should put myself on the hook for that. But the PSP, basically, a lot of people enjoyed this console. If you were a DS person, you were a PSP person. There was a big majority of people that got the PSP. Now, the reason why the PSP, in my opinion, wasn't as great as the DS or the DS Lite and so on, is just because these were a little bit more expensive to get at the time being, I believe. And of course, there was the little opening slot right here, and a lot of games would get scratched up and everything. It wasn't really the cartridge deal, but the good thing about the PSP is that they were opened up to more and making bigger titles out of it. You know what I mean? Making games that can, have an open world and all that and stuff. So there's definitely more performance for the PSP. I was able to do a lot more and play a lot better games, in my opinion, just because I'm really open to 3D environments and all that and such. While the regular DS was basically good for playing a lot of 2D games on the go and all that stuff, but also had a few 3D games. But on the most part, they had a lot of 2D games, and such as platformers, fighter games and such. But the PSP, of course, they stuck with making mostly all 3D games. So I don't know. I always been more into 3D games, and I do like a lot of 2D games as well, such as Sonic, Mario, and so on. All of them are fan-freaking-tastic, but I always like playing a lot of 3D games whenever I get a chance, just because I really like open world games. I used to play GTA on the PSP. That's probably one of the biggest games that a lot of people really love playing. Which GTA game did you play on the PSP? I know a lot of people liked, I think there was Liberty Stories, and I think there was another GTA game on the PSP, or more even, I'm not really too sure, but I do remember Liberty City Stories. I wasn't too sure if they had Vice City. I feel like they had something like that, I don't know. It might be just me, but I feel like there is a couple more GTA games for PSP, but it was super fun other than that, though. But actually going on from that PSP, we have the Slim version right here, PSP Slim. Now this is a lot different compared to this PSP. For one thing, it's kind of like a glossy finish on the back and the front, so that's pretty cool. And then on this PSP right here, it's a glossy finish on the front, but plastic in the back. And of course, right here, when it came to actually getting into like the battery right here is a little bit more annoying. Everything like. But it was pretty cool too at the same time. I kind of do like how they have the battery right there. It's a little bit different when it comes to the PSP Slim. And of course the controls are going to feel a little bit different too. So on the original PSP, there's a little bit more of a, it takes a little bit longer to click in the buttons. Chinatown? I never played Chinatown. That actually sounds pretty cool. I might have to try to get that whenever I can. It actually sounds really awesome though. I'll definitely have to check that out whenever I can. Good stuff. But it takes a little bit longer to click in the buttons on here, even on the regular buttons on the original PSP. Well, of course it's the first one, but on this one, a lot of the controls are a little bit faster to click, a little bit faster out of all, and it feels a lot better when using it, because you definitely have that quick tactile feedback. So of course, like you see right now, and then you hear. Hopefully you can hear that. But I don't know. The controls felt a lot quicker to use, and they felt a lot faster to use. And everything out of all, I think, was really refined with this PSP. I've almost said DS. But I believe they do both take the same charger, so that wouldn't be a big deal. So that's pretty cool. I really like that a lot about both these PSPs. But the one thing that I really liked about this PSP a lot was when it came to, opening new games up, because instead on this one you had to like flick something, and then it would pop out like that, mechanical style. And then of course on this PSP you just flick it off. You just pull it right off, and then you can pop the game in there, click it right back, and you're good to go. Easy as that, fast as that. And it's all the games run pretty well on it, so I don't think there's anything different performance-wise, but it's really awesome though. I like it a lot. Mostly the big reason why I like the Slim version of the PSP is just because, it's, as the name implies, it's a lot slimmer. Of course, the original is pretty thick. But the one thing that I can say that I do like about the thicker PSP is if you're an individual with bigger hands, this probably will be better because it'll feel similar to the DS because of the bulkiness I was talking about earlier. So since it's a little bit bulkier, your hands can probably fit on it a little bit easier depending on who you are. The only reason why I like the bulk on the original DS just because it fit well in my hands, but on the PSP on the original, it just didn't really feel as good. Just because, I just wasn't really as used to playing on the PSP at the time when it first came out. And I got a Slim, like a year or two after, and I liked it a lot. I differentiate them by calling the PSP Slim and the second generation PSP. Yeah. It's all good. A lot of people. It's so funny because like I get mixed up too. Like what I was saying earlier, I got mixed up with the original Game Boy. Calling it what name, forgetting the name. I call it Slim, but it's called another name. So a lot of people do get mixed up with that, but it's kind of funny, to be honest. So those are my handheld games right there. That was just the handheld collection that I was just showing you. I'm gonna put this and topple it on. Is there any games that you're really into, like any retro games, any portable retro games that you're really into, or anything like that? I'd definitely like to know. Right now I'm just stacking all these games here together. So while I put them together, I'm actually going to get set up to show you the rarest games I have in my collection here. That's pretty cool. I do have you know, a few other pretty rare games to show off, but like they're not really as rare as you think. But I do have 3 games here that are pretty pricey and really awesome. So I actually never played them either, but I was looking them up online and looking deep into them, and they are worth a little bit of money. So I was pretty happy to see that they are pretty rare games that anybody can, you know, try to come across if it was ever possible. I'm actually going to try to show them off right now. So I'm going to go from the least rare to the most rare that I got so far. And remember, this isn't like, you know, like $10,000 rare or anything like that, of course. But of course, these retro games are pretty rare to me that I found myself while looking through these retro games. Hey, what's up, Magic Tech Review? How are you doing? If you checked a little bit earlier in the stream, if you really want to, maybe after this stream's over, I look over a lot of my retro handhelds. I'll actually show them off real quick before I show off my pretty rare game here. I like the Super Mario in GBA. Super Mario on GBA was really awesome and really fun. I don't know if you played it as well, but Super Mario Deluxe on the Game Boy was really fun. A lot of people like that. But Magic Tech Review, since you're here, I just wanted to show you real quick since I have my handhelds here. I was talking a little bit about the Game Boy, the Slim version, that's what I call it, the original Game Boy Slim. I got my Game Boy Color, I got my 3 Game Boy Advances I was showing off and talking about, and I got my DS, DS Lite, 3DS, and then the 2 PSPs that I got. Those are basically my favorite handhelds I got in my collection. I do have a few others like that Sega Genesis Ultimate Portable Game Player. It's pretty crappy as it does now, but it's all good. Yes! Alright, so let's get started showing off the first of the rarest games that I got here in my collection. The first one is coming from the RCA Studio 2 system. If you don't know what that is, the RCA Studio 2, it's a Pong console. Basically, not really too much of a Pong console, but it's I don't know, it's just a very rare and obscure console, in my opinion. If you watch AVGN, such as Magic Tech Review, you probably already came across his video on the Palm consoles talking about the RCA Studio 2. It's pretty piece of crap. I have the console actually on my side over there, if you want me to show that off later. But the first game here is Biorhythm. Here it is right here, Biorhythm. Physical, emotional, and intellectual. It's really cool. So, as you can see on here, it just tells you what it is. It's RCA Studio 2 Home TV Programmer. Now, the one reason why this is, one thing that I came across this, and one thing that kind of showed me that it was kind of one of the rarer games, is that the color on it, it's like a light blue color. All the rest of the games are orange on the side, so, I don't know, there's something about this, like, was really different when I was looking at it. This game goes around $90 to $100. Right here, which is pretty cool, you know, for a rare game like this. It's really cool. Let me show you the cartridge now, because the cartridge is pretty interesting to look at, in all honesty. Here is the cartridge right here. As you can see, they're pretty big and pretty bulky on the most part. I'll go in a little bit closer so you can see. It kind of looks like a sine wave, if you know what that is like. Did you see his new episode, the RoboCop? Yeah, the RoboCop was freaking amazing. I love the RoboCop episode. That was fantastic. It was a little bit short, but it was pretty cool. A lot of the RoboCop from 1, 2, and 3, they all kind of seem like similar to the same game, like as a DLC, and that's what it kind of felt like an add-on. The Nintendo Switch kickstand has problems. It does? I would have thought that it didn't have too many problems. I see a lot of people use that. RCA, the company who made VCR. Oh, they actually were the ones that made VCRs? That's actually kind of cool. I didn't even know that. I know they really made a lot of the older electronic systems that we all know of, you know, such as VCRs and stuff. So I always found it pretty interesting how they went off to make, you know what I mean, like their own console, like the RCA Studio 2. I actually wonder if there is an RCA Studio 1. But on the back of this cartridge right here, as you can see, let me put it up a little bit closer to see. But it just tells you a little bit about the instructions. I wish it actually could not blur out, but basically it just gives you a little bit of the instructions. You probably see right there. That was a great episode, way better than the previous. Yeah, you know, I really agree with you. Like, it's kind of cool how you do think of that, because, you know what I mean, because RoboCop, it felt more like an authentic AVGN episode, but also with it, you know what I mean, it feels like one of the older episodes that was really creative, with how you know what I mean, how they was trying to be RoboCop, which I found really freaking cool. I don't know, it just seemed like that episode was a lot better. Olympus, it was just something very different and something that a lot of the fans aren't used to, which is why it wasn't as great as many people thought it was going to be. I don't know, it was just kind of weird out of all. I got the little manual right here, the little booklet that came with Biorhythm right here. Nothing really too interesting inside. I would have thought that there would have been something pretty cool. But it just tells you just a little bit of the instructions for the game. Nothing too special other than that. But that's Biorhythm, the rarest game out of the RCA games. All the other RCA Studio 2 games are around like $50 each. This one was the rarest one, around $90 to $100. Yes, was a great. Yeah, it was definitely better than that. I thought you like said another comment or something like that, but yeah, definitely better than the Polybius thing. Hopefully you had a great birthday though, Don. It was great to see that you were pretty happy on your birthday. A lot of people were sending a lot of donations. I was gonna try to see if I could hop in, but I was pretty busy yesterday. So I was at the movies watching Thor, of course, which is why I made that review, and I uploaded it pretty late. The next game that we have right here, these two games are Atari 2600 games, but the first game that we're going to be looking at is Exoseat. So I think that's like what the name is. But as you can see right there, it was made in 1983. The number on it was, yeah, it doesn't show the whole number. It's kind of, you know what I mean, as you can see, it kind of got torn off a little bit, which kind of sucks a lot, but the one thing that kind of made me look it up to see the price for this was mostly just because, you know what I mean, there's no cover on it. Like, the game does not have a cover whatsoever. The game does not have a cover. The only cover is this right here. That's the cover of the game right there. So, you know what I mean, this is like all you gotta work with on the most part. It's just a random panda, and the game doesn't involve the pandas whatsoever. So I was looking at how the game was and reviews on it, so. Yeah, other than that though, I don't know. I thought it was kinda okay, like how the game looked. The game does go around $109 to a little bit over. Not really too much other than that, but it was around, you know what I mean, like 109, a little bit over that. But I thought that was really awesome that, you know what I mean, I found a game similar to this. Some other people had it with them at like garage sales and such, but other than that, you know what I mean, you don't really see it as much. OMG, I am thinking of AVGN while it shows you swimming through the electronic seaweed. Yeah, that's the reason, like, I wanted to get this, like, so I recorded this gameplay that you can see up here. I recorded that earlier on my TV, so, you know what I mean, I wanted to go through this level just to see, you know what I mean, because I had a feeling that you might, well, I wanted to see if you would come in here and notice that from the AVGN episode. I was like, yes, I gotta get you to watch right away. That's older than me. Yep, I'm like, that's definitely older than all of us here, to be honest. Well, not John, but definitely you and I, Aloe Lindsay, because you're 17 and I'm 18 now. So, the last game that we have right here, my most rare game out of my whole collection of, you know what I mean, my retro consoles basically, is this game called Shuttle Orbiter. Shuttle Orbiter. Now, the reason why I looked this game up, of course, is the design on the cartridge itself. It's pretty weird. It's like that weird, you know what I mean, a weird little design on it. But as you can see, hopefully it can actually clear up for us so you guys can actually see it or whatever. But on there you can see what it says on there. It says for use with Atari and Sears video computer systems. The reason why it actually says that is because there's a Sears version of the Atari 2600 and there's the original that you can get for the Atari 2600. Not too sure if there's a price difference between the Sears version. I'll have to check that out. I'll put the link in the chat. Hopefully you should have people jumping in. Sweet, thank you very much, man. I highly appreciate that. When people come back in, I'm going to make sure to show off these retro, you know what I mean, all this stuff again. I'll show off my rare games and all, in case if people are interested in looking at it. So if you actually want to type it up in the chat too, like when people jump in, that can definitely be done. So those are the rarest games that I got here in my collection. Hopefully you guys kind of like them, but that's a weird retro version of No Man's Land. Yup. honest. Oh yeah, also with the shuttle orbiter game, what was it? Oh yeah, it was also made in 1983, and it was made by the Avalon Hill Video Game Company. I never checked out the game, I never played it, and I haven't seen any, I haven't seen any gameplay on it, so I actually have to look that up. Maybe I could show that off during the stream if you guys are ever interested. So now, I'm gonna see if there's any other retro. Is there any other consoles that you guys want me to pop out and show you guys if you guys are ever interested? Just let me know in the chat. But as you can see from the gameplay, as you can see, the mysterious game I was talking about earlier, Ghosts and Goblins. That game was a big biatch, but I managed to get at least halfway through just playing it for a nice good 20 minutes. The game is pretty fun though, outable. I really like it a lot. But it took me around like 2 to 3 hours to record this all. And then I had to render it at 1080p 60 FPS and everything like that, so it was just like, it was a big time waster trying to get this gameplay right here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed a lot. Hopefully you guys do. I don't know. I had a good time playing it. It was very fun. I kind of like playing this game. Other than that, though, as you can see from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I was playing earlier, I managed to get a little bit far through it, to the point where you guys can see that I'm going through the seaweed and everything throughout those levels. That game's just really fun, though, in my opinion. And then, of course, we have Tetris. I can't play Tetris for crap. I suck at it. From what you've seen. It's Sunday there. Oh, lol, it's always dead. Yeah, Sunday is the day where, all streams are dead, nobody's watching whatsoever. It's just, like, Sunday is never a really great day to actually live stream, even though Sundays are the days I live stream on. I think I just have to stream a little bit earlier. That's probably my best bet when it comes to that. I don't know, I just like streaming late, just because it's my time to sit down and actually do stream and talk about whatever I really enjoy and what, other guys like you enjoy. Anything with a Nintendo or Atari? Yep, Rooney. Let me actually get them out right now. I'll get out all my Atari systems. And yeah, I said all my Atari systems. Alright, so let me actually pop them down real quick. I got 4 of them to show you. And I'll show off my Nintendo consoles as well, which is the NES. Here we are. I'm gonna have like no room on my table here. Let me actually throw these games to the side, just so I can show you guys. I actually upgraded my setup a little bit. I have like a laptop on my side right here next to me, just so I can see a little bit of the analytics, or analytics, as people like to call them. I always got used to saying analytics. As a kid, nobody really said anything about it. So, I just got so used to saying it. But yeah, I usually have my laptop on the side with me, which I'll be making a video on, along with that, my gaming PC, and another laptop that I have, to show off a little bit of a, test video. So anyways, we're going to show off the NES first right here. Let me just check to see if there's any comments that you guys said. Oh well, I'm here. I'm your biggest fan so far, so who cares? Yeah, you're my biggest fan here, man. Thank you so much. I like to commemorate, or something like that, I think that's how you say it, to say that you are my, you're my biggest fan. So the first thing that we're going to show off here is the NES. This is the back right here, and here is, well, I should show the front first, but, that's besides the point. So let me actually show it a little bit to the side here more so you can see. So here's, this is the oldest version of the NES that you can get. What I really like about it is the little buttons on the front here, and of course I like how you just pop in the cartridge all the way through here, basically. I like that a lot. And of course I don't know, I think this is just probably the most nostalgic console to look at. I don't know, it's just something about it. I really like the design, like, right here. I don't know, I just find it really cool out of all. But as you can see on the back, like, there's nothing really too special on the sides, of course, so. But on the back right here, if we look through here, there's a AF switch right here. We got a channel 3, channel 4 switch. Say, if you want to go on channel 3, channel 4, you can do that. And then, of course, we got the AC adapter. That's literally it. On the side here, though, there is the AV, so if you want to plug in your yellow or red, you can do that. Alright, so other than that, with the NES, I'm going to show you guys the controllers here, too. So we're going to show off the NES controller. Here is the NES controller. I'm actually going to compare this controller with the USB NES controller, which I got right next to me. So I'll actually show a little bit of comparison. So this is the original NES controller right here. Really cool. Now the only thing that I find pretty funny is when you click on both of them, you have to press in the B button more than you press the A one. So you hear the difference right here. Ready? That's the B button. Here's the A button. And then here's the B again. A button. So I don't know. You guys can kind of hear the difference. And I don't know. I find the D-pad really amazing. Like, it does feel like a little bit stiff, but I find that actually just perfect, in all honesty. And I kind of like how you can, you know what I mean, throw your fingers like right here. So I kind of like that. My Wi-Fi buffering. Oh, rip. Hopefully the Wi-Fi stops buffering. I sent you a super chat through PayPal. Lol, I sent $1. I want my mention. Oh, thank you, man. I highly appreciate that. Highly appreciate the dollar donation, my dude. I definitely give you a thumbs up all the way. Turn up your mic. Your voice suddenly went down. Yeah, it's only because I'm a little bit far away from the microphone at the moment. So, just because I'm all the way up here compared to when I was sitting down. So I'll kind of sit down. Actually, what? I'm gonna actually have Rin sit down. Ugh. We just have so much crap here. By crap, I make good crap. Okay, cancel that. So that moment when you have too many retro consoles, they fall on you. Alright, so now that we looked at that NES controller, we're now going to look at the next NES controller, which is the USB one right here. Now, the thing about this right away is that they're both made, you know what I mean, both are made with a different plastic. You can see just by looking at it the color difference. This one's always going to stay, you know what I mean, as its gray color just because it's made with a different plastic and everything. And the thing is that's different about this right away is that the pause and select button, they're plastic, while the ones on the original NES are rubber. That's the biggest difference. And the thing is with the A and B button on this controller is that they're pretty bulky. Like you'll hear right here. Here's the A and B button. So the A one's the second one I clicked right here. And here's the B. So as you can hear, it's like very clunky. And now the difference between with the D-pad on here is that this one's very mushy. It's a very, very freaking mushy D-pad. So the design is like the same, the size is the same and everything, but how it was made with the buttons and everything, it was just very different. I can't wait till you get 1K so we can super chat you on here. Yep, that'll be freaking great. One day I'll be able to get super chat. But that day's not today, but that's okay. But here, we're going to do a little bit of a test between these two, so I'm going to, let me see right here. Alright, so I'm actually going to use the buttons on the original NES controller, and I'm going to tell you the difference between, well, you guys are going to hear the difference between them right here. So here's the B button on the original NES. Here's the A button. And then the D-pad. And then of course we got that was the pause and select button right there. Here is the NES controller, the USB one. Here's the A button. B button. Start and select. And here's the D-pad. So as you can see, compared between them two, they're pretty different on the most part. Very different on how they are made. The USB one's pretty cheaply made, in all honesty. It's pretty cheaply made. I didn't really notice that much until later on, when I got into retro gaming and all that and such. But of course, with the original NES controller, it was really made. It was made very well, and the controller feels nice, and the buttons feel pretty nice. on the most part. So big props to Nintendo. They win, of course. Even though the company that made the USB controller made that like years after, and it should have been better. Yeah, Road to 1K and beyond. You know what? We're definitely gonna try to do Road to 1K. That's gonna be our mission. I'll probably do that next live stream or something. I don't know, like, I don't know. It's just it took a little while to build. It takes a little while to build up the YouTube channel for me. So hopefully at some point in time it will start to build up. And of course, when I get more people in, I'll be able to upgrade more of my equipment and make really awesome videos and entertaining videos. I know, don't I suck at Tetris? Yeah, I was like, that's, out of all the video games I ever played, the only game I can never play is Tetris. It is my worst game ever. Like, this is the only game I will never be good at. Of course, you see me on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ghosts and Goblins, I can play those games. I can play, like, one of the hardest games on the NES, but of course I can't freaking play Tetris. Like, the freak. Tetris is just not my game. Alright, so the next controllers that we're going to be showing you, before we actually get to the consoles themselves, here is the Atari 2600 controller. We got two of them right here. Pretty cool stuff, out of all. I'm not going to compare these to the Atari Flashback controller, because you already know. Because the Atari Flashback is the plastic controller and just crappy out of all. But here is the controller right here. One thing that I actually kind of find funny is when you rotate this, you hear like a little bit of plastic going, but I really do like the controller out of all though. I find it pretty cool. And the joystick, like, it does like mess with your hand like over time, like it kind of hurts over time. But I don't know, I like it. The only reason why I really like these controllers is that they still have the rubber on around it. I know most controllers, most people kind of accidentally get the rubber off of there and kind of break it off accidentally, but. Really cool though. I really like the controllers a lot. The one thing is that the color kind of wears off, as you can see. So, my other controller here, this one doesn't have the color as worn off, and it feels a little bit, it feels like it's actually kind of new. So, I forgot where I got that controller at. I think I got it at a video store, if I am right. But yeah, definitely hit me up with a like for my sucky Tetris gameplay. But don't worry, you won't have to see that too much longer, because it'll rotate back to TMNT. But we're gonna look at the Atari Flashback console first, just because that's sitting right here. So here's the Atari Flashback console. One thing I gotta mention right away is that I really do like how they have the ports on here. So in case if you have the regular one, which you probably already have the original Atari, which is, I'm not too sure why you would be playing this one. Ancient stuff. Yep, too much ancient stuff here. Yeah, I'm holding just a whole bunch of ancient crap. That's kind of what's happening right here. So this is the Atari Flashback 5. There was other versions, of course, but as you can see, out of dust. See, they're ancient. But as you can see on here, it's just like all these are like spring-loaded buttons, basically, except for a couple of them. I don't know. I kind of find the buttons crappily made, but the whole thing's made out of plastic. That's all you got to know. Plastic and. Yeah, that's kind of it. But of course, it's like plug and play consoles. You just plug these in, and then you plug in a little AC adapter in. So it's not really too much plug and play, but I don't know. It's just one of those consoles you can easily hook up, which isn't a bad thing. So I'll have to record on this one day for you guys, for a video or something. So here is the Atari 2600 right here. This is the original Atari, I believe. No, I think this is the next version, I believe. Because I have two versions of the Atari consoles that I haven't noticed until now. They should be in your glass cases. You know what? I wish I had some glass cases. Maybe we could do that when I get that, when I make it to 1,000 subs and I get Super Chat. What did I say? Some of those things look better than T-Mobile crap phones. Yeah, in all honesty, like most of the T-Mobile phones are pretty trashy, but just forget about them when you got, one of these things here. Imagine like having this as a phone, coming up to your ear. Hello? Alright, sounds good. Just like open up another app. Oh my god, I feel like somebody like out there would be the one that actually like make a mobile phone inside of an Atari. I don't know why, but that would be pretty funny. But this is one of the Atari 2600s. Basically, it's really cool. I like how they have just plain two switches on both sides. It's like it's metal. So, and of course there's the wood finish on the front as well. I don't know. There's not really too much to say other than that. I don't know. It's just really cool. And of course there's a lot of the switches on the back right here, in which you see a lot of these switches in the front. In the front of the Atari 2600 with another model. So I'm going to show you guys that right freaking now. But definitely welcome, bro. It's good to see you, Sprint CEO. Really great to see you. So here is the other Atari 2600 console right here. This one has 3 switches on both sides, because they don't have any of the switches on the other end. Because on this end right here, you can see there's just the 2 ports, and there's the power adapter. That's basically about it. One thing that I find pretty funny though on the console is that, you know what I mean, attached to the console, you know what I mean, it's like you can't really take it out, you know what I mean, you can't take the port out. The adapter for plugging into your TV. I don't know, kind of funny. But those are the Atari, my Atari consoles, and of course my NES I showed off earlier. Like I said, if you guys want to, if you want me to look back on my stream, if you guys want to see things from earlier, I can show off my my rare games I have in my collection, or I can show my handhelds. So, I am the supreme ruler of Sprint, and I cannot stand John Ledger, T-Mobile CEO. He is my mortal enemy. Do you manage to come across him in MTR streams by any chance? Because John Ledger is, yeah, he kind of stalks throughout MTR's channel, so you're gonna have a battle with him over who's more into MTR's live streams. My internet does not want me to watch this live stream. In all honesty, if we're watching live stream, just watch it like in 720p regularly, or just watch it in 480, because the quality is still going to be pretty well, just because this stream is running at 1080p 60 fps, so you won't have any problems when you down the quality. And also, you're just hearing me, and just a little game going on. You're not really seeing gameplay or anything too much of, and it's not really too important. It is kind of important that if you do want to see these consoles, that's like the only reason why you would have the quality up. But 720p or 480 should be fine. Nothing really too big other than that. Is there any consoles that you guys would like to see? Want me to show off my SNES or my Dreamcast? I can show off the PlayStations, my TV plug-and-play consoles. They're pretty crappy, but that's the reason why I keep them with me, because they're crappy. But yeah, hopefully your internet allows you to watch. That'd be great. Alright, so I'm gonna move these in a couple seconds whenever I can. That is a VGA port. Yay! VGA ports for the win! VGA ports are like supreme. Hi, I'm a Minecraft YouTuber. Oh, you're a Minecraft YouTuber? That's great! It's good to see you here, bro. Thank you for joining in on the live stream. Highly appreciate that a lot. Well, welcome, Minecraft YouTuber. Actually, since you are a Minecraft YouTuber, how about we get out the good old TI-84 and show you guys Minecraft on there, because I know a lot of people try to play Minecraft on the go. So let me actually get out Minecraft with my calculator. Alright, so here we are. We got my calculator, and I do have Minecraft on here, so if you really want to make your Minecraft videos, you can do it at school on your calculator. So let me open up my apps right here. I do have Minecraft in here. I might make a if you guys really want to see, I'll make a video on how to install Minecraft on your calculator. So, we're gonna go load a world. Here we are. Oh crap. So here we are in Minecraft right now. So as you can see, I'm just scrolling around the world as we know it. So I'm just chilling out right here. Hey, thank you for subscribing. I highly appreciate that, NTR. Seeing you subscribe to me. But yeah, as you can see right here, I'm just chilling out in good old Minecraft on my TI-84 Plus calculator. I was trying to see if I could get Doom on here, but that didn't really work out as much. But I do have a couple platformer games on here, which is pretty fun to play. But as you can see, I'm just chilling out in the good old Minecraft world. So, pretty cool stuff out of all. Let's see right here. Watching on 240p. Hey, at least at least you could somewhat still watch. Hopefully, that works out every time, though. Oh, that's your older channel. Oh, Oh, you had another channel? I didn't even know that. Luke Tech is a Minecrafter. Oh yeah, I forgot Luke Tech likes to make those live streams. I really want to help him out, make his live streams better. Because I don't know if you know this, but you can actually live stream, you know what I mean, straight on the PS4 instead of off of your Chromebook. I like to help him out. Dreamcast? Alright, we'll go take a look at that. Oh yeah, that was your first profile pic. I remember when I first came across your channel, back when I first met you, when you were at like, I think you and I were around the same amount of subs. I think I was a little bit before you. I think I was at like 400 something. You were at like 500 or 600 something. And I seen that profile picture, and I made that one for you, and then you know what I mean, that's how it kind of went. So let's take a look at the second Dreamcast in a couple seconds. Used to play Minecraft until Minecraft was too good for my phone. You know what? I think in all honesty, like Minecraft, the problem is like with MCPE is that like they're updating it so much to the point where you can't run it on any device. Like you have to get a top-notch device in order to run that smoothly. Because my phone used to be able to run that nicely, my iPad used to be able to run that nicely, and now they can't. Like they lag up pretty badly because of the new updates to the game. And I think it's the servers is the reason. Because I think that MCPE tries to load up the servers, and your phone or tablet just runs slow. Terraria look I like. Yeah, in all honesty. Terraria actually is a very fun game. I actually really like that a lot. I was in a phase where I used to play that game for at least, I played it for at least a month, but that was probably the best month I ever had of playing that game. It was freaking fun. I love the bosses, I love the music, I love the environment, and I thought it was pretty crappy. I'm like, it's just a 2D. Why is it better than Minecraft? Like, why do people say it's better than Minecraft? But I don't know. I really love it. You know what I mean? I love the enemies and everything about the game. It's fantastic. And even playing on the go on the portable version is freaking fun. And yeah, there is mods and hacks and everything in the game, cheat codes, well, not cheat codes, but glitches in the game basically. Other than that, you know what I mean, the game was still fun, and there is ways, of course, if you want to get faster into the game, there is ways. But other than that, though, the game is very fun. I really like it a lot. Alright, so let's get out the Sega Dreamcast. This will probably be one of my last consoles I take out, because I got 70 back. Guys. Now, of course, the first thing that comes to mind about the Sega Dreamcast and about these controllers is that the cord comes out from the back of the controller. Like, what the freak? Hey, Slim, gonna buy a PS4 on Black Friday? I actually already have a PS4 at the moment, so I got it when the console first came out, just to play a lot of the the newest Need for Speed game from the time when it first came out, and of course any other games that were out at the time. I didn't really see too many, but my dad and I were big PlayStation fans. Even though I played from PS3, got on 360, and then went to PS4. I just never been a big fan of the one, but I did get the PS4 when it first came out. Are you going to be getting a PS4 on Black Friday by any chance? Because that would be really awesome. I'll definitely like to play with you if you do have a PS4 or anything. That'd be very fun. So I'm going to show off the controllers right here for the Sega Dreamcast. So of course you see the freaking cord, straight from the freaking bottom. That's so weird. And the cool thing that you didn't see, that many people see from these Dreamcast controllers, is the little memory slot right here that you can put inside the controller. They basically did this because on the N64 they did that with their controllers, where you can add in little expansions to your controller basically. So these were kind of just little expansion slots for storage and all. Really cool. And of course when you're playing a game, it shows you like cool stuff on the screen and everything. I actually like that a lot. It's something that I wish that the PS4 controllers had when the PS4 was first coming out. It would have been really cool to see like a touchscreen interface in the PS4 controller, which is what I thought they were having. Oh, the VMU, you're right. I forgot about that. Thank you very much for letting me know. I forget like a lot of I forgot the names of the memory units. Thank you very much for letting me know. Now that I know that, I can definitely use that for further knowledge in the future. Because I remember I was getting emulators to play Dreamcast on my phone. I remember seeing VMU, but I don't know, I just forgot about it. But that's pretty cool. I don't know, I just find it so weird how the cord comes from the bottom. And I really do like the clear blue plastic controller. It was just something that I always liked. And the controller itself feels so good. I don't know, it's the first controller I ever laid my hands on. So of course I'm probably going to be attached to it more than other people are. But I don't know, I just really love the feel of it. The feel of it was cool. I don't know. like a lot of people say that their favorite controller is the GameCube controller, and you know, I mean, a lot of other controllers. A lot of people like, you know, but my favorite controller is the Dreamcast controller. You know what I mean, it was easy to use. The controls were nice. Now the only thing I didn't like as much was just the A, B, X, and Y. I don't know, they felt a little bit stiff, but other than that, everything else in the controller was perfect. Everything else was perfect. Some people didn't like the wire coming out from the back, but I didn't mind. It never bothered me. It has a clip on the front throughout the cord too. Oh, is it like right? Is that it? Like right? That's what you're talking about, right? Right there. Because I didn't even know that until I seen the AVGN episode. I never even bothered with that. I'm like, oh wait, that's what it was for. That makes sense, because I never did that as a kid, you know what I mean? I never really bothered. I used to see, I want to see some GTA 5 on this channel. You know what, if you want some GTA 5, I'll definitely be happy to. If there's a way or any chance, I'd love to get some people to play GTA on PlayStation, or on PC as well, because I got a, you know, I mean, I'm on a gaming PC, they can play anything. So, if they're, you know, I mean, I just have to buy GTA on here. I might just play it on my PS4 though, but I definitely love to do some funny moments if anybody's interested. It just doesn't seem like many people are interested with GTA content. Like, that's just from what I see. I'm not really too sure. Just because I'm not really on so much of, you know, I mean, looking at gaming videos on YouTube as much anymore as I used to back in, you know, 2013, 2014. Yeah, it has the Seaman. Yeah, in the Seaman episode. That video was so funny. What do you think about that episode? Did you like that episode? I think that was very funny on, like, you know what I mean, the whole story behind Seaman. I almost said Seaman. Seaman. So here is the Sega Dreamcast console right here. And of course, on the front right here, it says compatible with Windows CE. Hopefully you guys can see that. This is a bulky ass console. But there it is right there. I found the design really cool. It's very interesting with the design right there. And of course, I don't know, it was just pretty cool as a whole. I never opened the side here. Let me open the side here. Can I do that? No. But there's a line port right here, so you can plug in Ethernet. So you can go onto the internet with it if you get the web browser, which I do have 2 versions of the web browser on disk to play on here, if you guys actually want to see that sometime. There's the AV out, and there's the serial and the AV in power. So pretty cool. I like that a lot. Of course, it's pretty easy to get the tray opened up. Opens up right up. Ooh, I already have a game in here. Maybe I'll have to play it. It's pretty fun. It was called Demolition Racer No Exit. It was my very first game I ever played, and my most favorite game I ever played on the Dreamcast. So pretty cool. I also love the opening where it's like do 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 do. Fortunately, I can't get one. Reason is I can't take advantage of Black Friday because I'm not in the US and I don't do PS. I do Xbox. Oh, that sucks. If there's a, in all honesty, like, if you really do want to get another console, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, other than playing with certain friends and everything, I highly recommend just going to PC. Cause that's what I did. You know what I mean, I'm just like, I want to play much better games and more exclusive games I can't play on console. And the only way to do that is getting on PC. And of course, there's a few bad PC ports, but they definitely fixed the glitches out over time, like Batman. I know that had holy moly macaroni! Holy Jesus, that was freaking nutty. But yeah, there's a few bad PC ports of like AAA titles. But a lot of the exclusive games are really fun to play, and they're games that get you addicted and always want to come back. You know what I mean? Similar to World of Warcraft. I actually just started playing that for the first time. I never played it before, and I got really into it. I really liked it a lot, and it was a fun PC exclusive game to play. There is a few other PC exclusive games that were fun to play that I have right here on my desktop right now. Cry of Fear. That was really fun. I enjoyed that a lot. There's a few other games, Gmod. A lot of us know what Gmod is. That game was extremely fun. There's a few other games on here as well that I have like so many games here. But they're all very, very fun to play, and they're games that, you know, I mean, anybody can go back to. And of course, there's games online that you can download. Just make sure you don't get any viruses, of course, but there's so many, you know, I mean, games that people make, and games that even you can make. But if you actually do want to see on how to actually make a game, feel free to let me know in the comments or anything. I'd definitely like to make a video on how to get started on making video games and programming and such. If you guys really want to be interested with that stuff. I know a lot of people always want to get into game design, so I try to open myself out as much as possible in any way possible. Of course, I like to talk about mobile devices. I like to talk about, PC as a whole, all personal computers. I like to talk about, retro consoles. I like, music. I like, anything that you can really think of. I try to open myself out to. So if you guys want to see those types of videos, definitely let me know. I always want to make videos on what people want me to make videos on. It's something that's very entertaining and really fun to do. And of course, you guys get the benefit of having that video out. I think Instagram is down. What? Instagram's down? This reminds me of Snapchat when everybody's saying when that was down. I remember I was on there and like for some reason it would just say keep on saying refreshing and everything. It was bad, and everybody's like, oh, it's because it's down now, and it was just a joke. It was April Fool's joke and everything. So I found that miserable. So hopefully Instagram doesn't do that. I would highly appreciate it. Internet getting glitchy. Hopefully it's not my internet. I'm looking right here on the screen right now, and I only got 1.1% of dropped frames. And it says that I'm running at 4,300 kilobits per second. That's basically what it keeps on showing here. Or kilobytes, I don't know. Bits, something, I don't know. But it says that everything's running very well, so hopefully it's not really me on my end, thankfully, but make sure, kind of refresh the stream. Maybe that'll help you out a lot or something. Not too sure. Oh, it was just your phone. Good job. Good job, John. Highly appreciate, that's just what you gotta do. Good job, bro. Good job, bro. That's awesome. But if you really want to, Magic Tech Video, or, any way that we say it on here on YouTube, but still, if you actually want me to do a stream on retro stuff on your channel, I'd definitely love to do so, because I know that you had that one stream on opening up the box that a lot of people like, so I definitely would love to do a stream on showing off all these retro consoles that people might be pretty interested in. I'm just showing you a little bit of a brief preview of the consoles I got, because I got a lot more with me. It's just I just showed a big, my opening variety of retro consoles I got. Damn, only run at 400 to 1,000 when I'm streaming. Ugh. Aw, dang. That's a ripperoni. It's alright, bro. It's all good. One day you'll be able to stream very well. I actually have to see and test out all these PCs, which I'll be doing for another video. So, if you guys are interested with next, with Friday on my tech video, because of course Fridays on my tech videos, those videos are going to be on testing the performance on my two laptops, my gaming PC, and of course on my my old gateway PC, just to show you guys and cover like how it's like playing a certain game, an experience on a crappy system off to the best system that you can possibly have for the amount of money you have, and just compare all those price points and in case of what kind of PC that you'd like to buy. So can you fix my PC, make it faster if you have time tonight? Bet. I'll definitely help you out. One thing that I did figure out that definitely does help out the PC is just deleting a lot of programs, and of course you can delete those programs pretty easily by going down to the bottom left of Windows and typing up uninstall, and then it'll pop up uninstall programs, and you uninstall any program that is unneeded on your PC. Just make sure you watch out before you uninstall it, because if you do something like the Intel graphics driver, your whole laptop's going to look freaking buzzed up, and it's going to look all smudged and everything. Like, you're basically going to have to reinstall the the Intel HD graphics driver, so your PC is able to look normal again. So definitely watch out, don't accidentally uninstall any program that would be needed on Windows, because I made that mistake before, so definitely don't do the same, because it was a disaster trying to hook up my, trying to get the driver back, because there's so much you have to go through, and, in order to get the graphics driver up. But yeah, I'd definitely like to help you out after the stream. Actually, speaking of that, this is actually the end of the stream right here. I have nothing really too much else to say. other than that, I showed you guys a big portion of all my retro consoles. It's fun to talk a little bit about retro games, about handhelds, and about, you know what I mean, about a lot of stuff. And of course, showing you guys Minecraft with the calculator. That was very fun, of course. And hopefully you do like the stream setup on how I have it right here. Soon I'll be having a green screen. If you guys like to see too, I have the power pad right here for NES, right behind that little thing right there. If you guys want me to show that as I'm doing this quick ultra right here. So hopefully you do like my crappy Tetris gameplay, my moderate gameplay on Ghost and Goblins and TMNT, the first game, of course. If there's any questions that you guys have about any retro console things related, or anything at all, feel free to let me know before the stream is over. It rendered this video at 144p. That's pretty weird. Yeah, that's pretty strange how it's at 144p. Maybe there's just something wrong with your device on there or something like that. 20 seconds behind. No, not 20 seconds behind. Yeah, you probably have to refresh this whole stream. Like, yeah, it's pretty weird on how that is. Where are you streaming this video from, by the way? Just curious, because that may be a reason why. Depending on where you are, because you know, depending on where you are, it can definitely vary on how the stream is. Because if you're in like a bad neighborhood, like similar to where I used to be, I used to live in a trailer park, but the internet was very crappy there. I could never play anything, anything online. It was crappy, but of course here I'm able to get 1080p 60 FPS very well. So you know what I mean, that might be a thing. Are you actually streaming this too on like 4G on your cellular device, or you know what I mean, streaming this over Wi-Fi? If you're streaming it over Wi-Fi, that might be a problem. I hope that's not the case. You know what I mean? Because you don't want your Wi-Fi, barely working. I definitely do feel the pain for bad Wi-Fi. All right, so I'll show the power pad on another stream. Just because I have that laid back right now between everything else, and of course I have to fix everything for all my retro consoles where they're sitting at. So hopefully you guys definitely did enjoy this stream. I thank everybody for coming on here and of course supporting me, and thank you for that $1 donation. I highly appreciate that, MTR, a lot. So let me know if you actually want me to do stream on any more things retro related, PC related, or anything around there. I'd definitely love to do that stuff. And of course, get ready for Tuesday when I make my next graphics video. It's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be on how to throw your image inside text and make that cool style. I'll be doing more Photoshop tutorials, so that'll be very fun to do. And of course, I'll be doing videos more on PC related stuff for tech, my Friday tech video. So that's going to be very fun and very pleasing to do. And of course, a lot of my videos now are going to be rendered at 1080p 60 FPS, so you'll be getting very high quality content to watch in case you guys want to see that in crisp, clear quality. Of course, not 4K yet. We'll be getting there at some point in time. Of course, not right now. But of course, this is the best that I can get right here at 1080p 60 FPS. So hopefully that is fine. Yeah, I was gonna say 20 seconds behind. That's not as great. That kind of sucks. But anyways, thank you very much for joining in the stream. I'll talk to you guys at some other point in time. Holly would do that for you guys, And if you want to talk to me right after, if you want me to fix your PC right after the stream, just hit me up with a call right after the stream's over. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Highly appreciate it a lot. Thank you for anybody that rewatches this when it's uploaded to YouTube. I highly appreciate it. Anybody that clicks on the video or checks out anything in the description below. Definitely go check out Looks Brand, by the way. They just put up new material on there that you can buy. So if you actually are interested in buying one of their jackets that they have or one of their chargeable packbacks, you can definitely do that. Of course, make sure you use the slimshaynee coupon code in order to get 25% off. I would highly appreciate that if you wanted to go check them out, because they are freaking awesome and they have really cool stuff on there. In Jamaica, that is probably, yeah, I don't know how the connection is over there in Jamaica, but I don't know, it's probably pretty nice. How is it? Hopefully it is pretty nice over there. I heard that it's really cool over there. So hopefully you are definitely enjoying it there at the moment. So know what I mean? For blue Wi-Fi. Okay. Well, maybe there's still something wrong with the Wi-Fi. Try to maybe restart it. Maybe that is the issue. But hopefully you are enjoying it at in Jamaica. That actually sounds like a pretty cool place. I'm actually gonna go look at videos on Jamaica later. Just because I don't know, I don't know. There's something about Jamaica I really like. Same thing with Alaska. I like the scenery in Alaska. But anyways, thank you again for watching the stream, and I will catch you guys in the next video. So anyways, have a great one, guys, and this is slimshaynee Graphics out, and peace.